Outstanding. Hey, it's Lauren again.
Okay, John, go ahead. Start it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another outstanding episode of the Mardox Daily Live Chat, brought to you every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to do three very
That wasn't
important
me.
to do three very important things for us. And please subscribe, like, and comment to the video channel, YouTube thingy there. Yeah, because
I hear beautiful sounds.
we want your input and stuff like that. Today, so far,
That's not me.
we have it did it again.
No,
We
it's not.
have
But it's not me.
okay, maybe it was me.
Yeah, probably.
At
Okay,
any
today.
rate,
Yep.
today we have with us so far the very cool Lauren, and then we have the wonderful Belinda. We have myself, John, and the awesome Mr. Nelson. And
You know the origins of the word "awesome," right?
uh,
It used to mean a negative thing.
really
Yes.
okay. I know I didn't know that.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Over
No?
over the hundreds of years of it being used, it has become a good thing, but it used to mean a bad thing. Go look it up.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, just give me a second here. I'm getting ready. I was slow because somebody had told me that they had to have a domain name registered, and
Yeah, these annoying folks that they think that everything just rotates around them.
oh yeah, that's bad.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Okay, that's pause. That's not the one I want. What was the other topics of yesterday and day before? We had
Yesterday was computer stuff, was
yeah.
tech.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find out where the days were. Hotspot mobile this week. Where is all the videos? Where are all the videos? Oh, there they are. Okay, got them. Okay, this week. I'm gonna find them here. Go, YouTube, you're not helping. Um, 9 views. 1 week ago. What was the first one? Monday would have been. No,
Monday would have
I, st-
been
I st-
networking.
yeah, I still don't. I still don't have the. Give me the videos of this week. Thank you. Okay. Okay, that's today. That would have been Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and this one down here would have been Monday. Yes, right where we started putting proper titles in, and instead of getting 3 views, 5 views, 2 views, now we're getting 12, 17, 21 views because we're putting in actual titles. Okay, cool. So the value of networking was Monday's topic. You guys have anything to add on to that? Now Belinda's gonna go like, yeah, well Monday you guys talked about me, which we did.
Yeah,
Networking, is it worth it or not?
very worth it.
I think
The
it is.
past couple of days, I've done some networking, and it's helped me out with some things. Yeah, very valuable stuff,
I think I
and
think
learn things.
I think networking is
Hmm.
I think networking is very valuable because it's not just that I open up my inbox in the morning and I see there's hundreds of millions of dollars just flowing into the to my account, no, which doesn't exist. That's not true, but it is neat to see somebody like when I come in, I go on Skype. It's just the morals there. Hey, I always say good morning, everybody. I let everybody know the show's going to be there. Then I start getting private messages. Hey, how you doing? What's going on today? And it's like
Yeah,
people want to talk.
yeah.
And it's nice to
Which
know
is a
people
good.
want to talk to you.
Yeah, this is and we need to realize that we don't have to alone. So, mentality. I'm in my corner, and we're in competition, and look at my stuff, and
John's Fritz box
now,
is going on the Fritz already. This one hasn't even been on for 4 minutes and it's already on the Fritz. John, I want to kill your video. It might get better.
just a moment.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. Now it's just me and
yeah.
Lauren. Now it's just me and Lauren on the screen. Hi, Lauren.
uh That's all you wanted. Can you hear now?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's still a little choppy, but it's good.
O- Okay. I'm even connected directly. I don't know what's going on.
It's your
I
fixed
need I
box.
need to I need to get another so what was I saying? I didn't say
It was
anymore.
something or other,
Oh
more or
yeah.
less.
We need to get away from this I'm in this alone mentality and realize that we're all this together. We're all we're doing our own thing, but we can all, network with each other, help out each other, and all support each. We feel that we want to support something that someone else is doing, and it's a good thing,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good thing.
yeah. It is.
Hmm.
Yeah, this mentality of being alone, the me, myself, and I generation is just not here anymore. The 1980s was big on that. My wife often tells me that the
Hmm.
1980s is what brought on the me, myself, and I generation.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
when you
Yeah.
when you want to make money or you want to become successful on the internet, me, myself, and I doesn't work. I sent a
Right.
comment to one of our videos, and somebody kind of messaged me and said, "What the hell are you on?" and I and I had to explain to them. I had to explain to them. I was talking about the tribe. The tribal hunters go out. They hunt down the woolly mammoths. They bring it back to the village and they plop it down, and everybody swarms in to eat. And you get elbows in the face and people pushing and there's punching and growling and biting versus the other village where the woolly mammoth comes in and a certain group of people are first allowed to eat and then will be nice to you and will let you eat some and then so on and so forth. It's called a hierarchy. Even though there's a hierarchy, it's still not a me, myself, and I attitude. Whereas the first village, it really is me, myself, and
Yeah.
I. And if I can't get as much as I can before you, I I'm going to beat you up, or I'm going to drown you, or I'm going to crush you down because I got to be successful and above
Yeah.
everybody else. If let's apply this to the internet, if I see a member who comes to me and says, "I need a hand with my membership," and explains to me what's going on, I'm more than happy to say, "Yeah, no
Hmm.
problem. We'll work things out." There's always an exchange of
Yeah.
service, and I've dealt with
Right.
websites where I said, "Look, I would like to be part of your website. I can offer you this as an exchange." It was a legitimate exchange. I couldn't even finish saying what I was trying to explain to the person, and it was like, "No." They're like, some people will argue that it's bad
Yeah.
business to give out free service. But if you got a member that's with you, and the person says, "I can't pay this month," and then you just make him a paid member for 15 days, 30 days, whatever
Yeah.
it is,
Something.
once in a while,
Something.
and then that user is most likely going to stick with you because now you've done something nice for them.
Yeah. It will come back to you, and that user is going to recommend you um, more readily,
That's it.
or promote your stuff more readily. Because they know that you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk.
That's it.
And, as long as you get it across to them that this is not something that you do for everyone, and blah blah blah, and so on and so and so and so. And we only do this for people that we know who appreciate the value of it. It's
That's it.
not something that you do for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Jane, and Marcy, and the
Yeah, make
rest.
sure you put the female names in there too. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's
it's not about that.
discrimination.
Exactly.
Fugly,
We said for our
Fugly,
ladies on the panel.
Fugly is online. He says hi, y'all.
Hey, yo, Fugly, what's up, dude? How
There you
you
go.
doing?
Let's see what he replies. Fugly, what do you think about networking? Do you network? I know you network with me. I know no, you and me are not networking. You and me, it's more like mooching. Okay, now that said, keep it nice, Nelson. Keep it nice. Yeah. But that's not true. Fugly puts out some content. He does some stuff for me. I put out if I want to have something looked over, he'll look over it. Vice versa.
Yeah,
There's a handshake that goes on, but that handshake, that networking, the what some people call joint ventures or JVs,
right.
there has to be an equal handshake. There's a story that goes back a while where I upset a lady. Not saying any names,
Yeah.
but she really had it in her head that her product and service was valuable and top notch, and that everybody needed it. And she suggested to me, well, I wanted to get full access to your site, and you get full access to my site. And I was blunt, and I told her, I said flat out, what on earth makes you think that your service is of any value equal to mine? You know, it was blunt and rude. Yes, it was, but it was the God honest truth. What she was offering was 1/10 of what I have back then, not now. Belinda knows what I'm talking about, and it was rude and blunt, but it was the truth. A relationship like that could not go forward.
Yeah,
you know, it would have been a relationship where, oh man, I'm giving you all this, and all I'm getting is this.
Yeah,
you know,
you really have to watch out for that kind of thing, because people like to try to take advantage like that. You know,
but
especially when they don't realize who they're dealing with.
Yeah, but also now be careful too. Based on what I just said, some of you out there have websites, and I understand everybody thinks their website is the best thing ever. Otherwise, why would you create it?
Yeah, you know? and this is where humility comes in, because we have to realize that even though, you know, we think our stuff is the best that there is, we have to be open to constructive criticism, because, you know, with everybody's stuff, there's always something that can be improved, and we have to be willing to take it. And then we realize, because sometimes when you're networking with someone, you might not realize how much experience they have.
Yeah.
You see. And you might be talking to someone with years of experience, and you just don't know that. And they're telling you things. And if you are all arrogant and self-centered and stuff like that, you won't learn anything.
Yeah, the person that John's talking about, you know who you are.
And you won't.
Inside joke here. She probably never watches this, but going on.
Like,
right, Belinda knows what I'm talking about too, I think.
The other day, I showed someone a splash page that I did within a program.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't like my best work, but I was trying to figure out how that program's splash page maker works.
Right.
And working within it, you know, and it's a learning curve for me, because some of it you have to know some code, some HTML and stuff. And, you know, that's a learning curve for me. So I did what I could do. Spent hours trying to use this one part of it that I couldn't really figure out. So I just took something and changed it, and showed it to her, you know, and she was like, she gave me tips, you know, and these things I know, you know, but then I told her, yeah, thanks for the tips. And I usually do some of those things, but this time I was just wanted to get that out there, and was trying to figure out how the thing works.
Right.
And stuff. But I appreciated the tips, because the tips that she gave me were correct. You know.
Yeah, but were they anything of use, like new to you?
Let me see. Not really.
Yeah, and that happens a lot too. Sometimes you just gotta shut your trap when you're getting tips from somebody, and just say, "Oh yeah, great, thanks."
Right.
And not to come across as, you know, somebody who's a know-it-all, not like me. You know.
Right. Exactly. Because
thanks, John. Thanks for acknowledging that, John.
Because this person, I know this person has more experience than I do.
Right.
But it's just like the things that she told me, I already knew.
Yeah.
But she has also told me things that I didn't know. I've learned a lot so far working with her in certain things. So yeah, you have to be. You must be humble. You know, you must be humble. And when people are telling you things you already know, just listen. Let them tell you.
There you go.
Because they're trying to help.
What about the ladies in this chat that are just sitting there? I know Lauren's just sitting there going, "Oh, I wanted to show with Nelson." What about you guys? Do you guys network, or what do you do to network? What's your tactics? Anybody? Belinda's gonna be like,
Lady Cricket.
Josh is in the house. Okay, cool.
Yo, Josh.
No, a video.
What's up?
Oh, we're reviewing the shows for over the week. Go ahead, Lauren. What were you saying?
A video.
On video. Lauren networks every day on here. right? There you go. And it doesn't take much. It's just getting the word out, talking to people. Even Josh Networks, he talks with their programmers and site designers.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Yeah, you have to network. If you don't, you're gonna die.
I agree.
Yeah. Belinda must have stepped away from the computer or something. Hi, person who's
you never know who's going to be able to help you, so that's why you got to network with everybody. Because even if you think the person doesn't offer you anything, they may know somebody who can.
That's it.
Exactly.
And so you never look down on anybody, and if they're not in your industry, because you just never know. I mean, it could be anybody that helps you.
Exactly.
I network with Josh. I'm just waiting for Josh to help me, but okay, it'll happen.
Never know.
Never know.
Never know.
Tuesday, we talked about...
There is newbies that I don't want to deal with. There's trust me.
But that's a
I'd be
question.
happy to send those people to you because I deal with even the stuff when I'm teaching online. I deal with the intermediate market, meaning they're not quite the newbies. They're trying to get into coding, which usually is the intermediate market. They're not the beginners.
Yeah.
So I don't even deal with the beginner market like you do. So of course, if I find anybody that wants to get in the beginning side that has no idea or not wanting to do coding, it'd be better to send them to you than deal with them because I don't have a market for them.
Yeah, that's it. Talking about coding, I'm working on a small series, a really small series of showing my users how to do some coding. So that's going to be coming out probably December. I started it, and then I ordered the microphone, and I've listened. I've done recordings with
a bunch of videos on
it. No, I know, but I want to do my own series. 10,000 people make tires every day. It doesn't mean it's not a bad thing to start making your own tires. But when I get the new microphone in, I'm going to redo the videos. I just found the clarity of the voice and the microphone, the new one's going to be a lot better. Tuesday we talked about branding yourself and why branding is so sensitive, and that was talking about creating a brand and how hard it is to create a brand and how easily it can get destroyed.
Right.
I got one of those right now.
Go ahead, explain.
I got a client. He has this one guy. I guess he walked in the restaurant and the cups were upside down. The person flipped it right side up, and they put their finger in by accident. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they are literally like every day hitting Yelp with different usernames and everything else, and they're creating a hell for them because of that. So it's
because they flipped it over and the finger was actually in the cup.
Yeah, and even though he offered them a free drink and everything else, he replaced everything, and this guy's just still ruthless as hell after him. It's like, wow, dude, really?
I had one person.
That's insane.
I had one person. His name was Tom Forrest, and I don't give a shit if the guy sees this video and hears his name because the guy is an asshole. There was a misunderstanding with his banner account way, way, way back. I'm not kidding. Before I met Tina, and I've been with her for 18 years. And the website is still up on Google saying Nelson Buck fraud alert.
Really?
To this day. So yeah, you get some real jerks out there who put up the information.
And I know this guy. He owns a high-end restaurant. It's not like it's a low-end restaurant. This is the pizzas he does a pizza place, but everything's like organic and high-end ingredients. So his pizzas are like, almost $30 a pop.
Then how did he get a finger? I don't get it.
When it turned the cup,
one of his people at the register had accidentally put their finger in the top of the cup.
I thought you meant a severed finger. Never mind.
No.
I watched too much Criminal Minds.
No, their finger touched the inside of the top of the cup, and this guy has been ballistic for like 4 months on Yelp every day since.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
You can understand freaking out over a finger in my cup if it was by itself.
If it was a severed finger, I would have been like, dude, there's nothing you're going to be able to get out of this.
What are you doing? Where are you getting your finger?
You got a severed finger in a cup. Your brand is
your brand is dead, man. Literally.
You want the brand? The brand would be the body the finger was attached to.
Yeah, exactly.
I watch too much Criminal Minds and shows like that. I got to stop doing that.
I stopped. My wife watches Criminal Minds. I actually stopped watching any of those movies that are constantly negative. I understand that it's nice to watch. Okay, there's a crime and then you find it, but I found I
like the characters. They have an autistic character in there, so that's why I kind of like it.
Who's the autistic character?
Reed.
Dude, you don't know what read
he's his character's autistic.
He's autistic.
If his character's not autistic, then I'm freaking blind. Let me put it that way.
No, but he's autistic, and
he's autistic.
You know, but there's also going to be a dose of schizophrenia coming up.
Yeah, but I know his mother. It has Alzheimer's and schizophrenia.
The characters. You can tell the characters based on somebody with autism.
Yeah, but I figured he was just a super genius. I just figured he was one of those geniuses, but not the autistic
what
part.
What do you think a genius is?
Most of the
geniuses have to be autistic. Come on.
Yeah, but there's still other social. If you look at look at his traits, the social signals and things like that. He's autistic.
I mean, let's put it this way. I understand that there's some people with a handicap that they make up for it in another way with a talent, but it's not always the case with everybody.
No, that's true.
No, it's not always.
But when you usually when you have a high IQ, a lot of us have very low social signals, and that's why they labeled us autistic. So. And we are autistic because of the social problems we have, but at the same time, a lot of it's due to the high IQ.
See, I always had a crush on Matthew Gray Gubler because that's his name.
Who?
Dr. Reed, Matthew Gray Gubler. I crushed on him. Him and Shamor Moore.
And you're married on top of this. Oh my God.
Oh, like my husband doesn't crush on people. Get real.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it's superstars will never meet. I mean, we might meet them one day, but it's not like we're going to go have an affair or something.
Let's get back to Brandon.
And it's not like we have dreams about them all the time either. Anyway, the point I'm making, my husband's number one, and that's the way it always will be. And I'm number one with him, so I'm not worried about it. But what I was saying, back to that, like if his character is autistic, then he must be very high functioning autistic.
That's what I am. So
but again, it's just a character. Let's get back to branding.
So branding.
Okay, I'm surprised, Nelson.
How did we get to Criminal Minds?
I'm surprised, Nelson. Speaking of branding, I'm surprised, Nelson, you didn't turn that into something else like BDSM or something. Let's get the brand out.
Yeah, we did bondage.
Yes, we did that yesterday.
Bondage yesterday. We did bondage yesterday. Yes.
Okay, I must have missed that call.
No, you're on it. We're talking.
And bondage. I told him Nelson's castrated.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get to it anyways. Yesterday's show. I got a question though. As we're going through these videos and talking about what we talked in each day, I can see an infinite loop coming up because we're on the show today, and I'm going to say on Friday we talked about this, and it's going to be an infinite loop conversation. It'll never end. Someone stop me on Thursday, okay? John, you have somebody you're dealing with right now that is going to be setting up a brand. What's your outlook on getting his or her brand set up? I'm not trying to give anything away here.
Trying to get the person to realize, first of all, to visualize what it is that they want to accomplish and what they want to do, and trying to get them to realize how important setting up their brand and establishing their brand is.
Now, be careful, because remember, go back to the videos of 1980 with Twisted Sister. What do you want to do with your life?
This is someone who is not familiar with the internet marketing world and so on and so forth. So they're a beginner in this kind of thing.
Which could be a good thing, because you're coaching them. You got to be very careful to give them the proper information.
Exactly, and getting them started with the right attitude, because I'm going step by step. And I won't move forward with them to the next step until I realize that they understand this step.
So they're going to be triggered every day.
Each and every day.
That's it. So there'll be more.
Something else about branding, basic branding, and what gets on my nerves when I surf traffic exchanges. And most of the time when you surf traffic exchanges, you're looking at the pages, and you see the profile pictures or their logos, right? And you see a lot of blobs.
Yeah, the faceless, nameless, faceless, how do I say that? Faceless, nameless gurus. I can't remember what the phrasing was in my script, but I said that.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. You don't. If you don't want to show your face, then come up, get a logo. And if you're not willing to do that, then get the heck offline.
But the catch-22 is some people will like, know, and trust you if you at least have a picture of you instead of just your brand. I mean, depends on the business too, but like internet marketing or affiliates, definitely people want to know who they're dealing with. It doesn't mean about what they look like so much as the realness factor, just like if you met them in person.
Because you have people, you know, they don't have a picture of themselves. They don't even have a logo. It's like when you have the Mardox M, let's say, you know, and whatever, and people people get to know that logo, and eventually they get to know the person behind the logo, especially if you do video. Yeah, you go.
And a good motto is good too. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But that I went back on Facebook last night and I was looking for a website that I dealt with. I was trying to find the website. It was sixfigureincome.com. And
I remember that one way back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, me too. I remember it.
A long time ago. It was sfi.com, I think, right?
No. This one really was sixfigureincome.com.
Yeah, I know. They started off that way, and I thought they shrunk it down over time.
Oh, maybe it is SFI now. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah, they used to be.
But I went on Facebook and I looked way back, and as I was going back through for once, Facebook is actually good for something. It keeps everything.
Oh yeah.
And this is only a year and a half old. That phrase, building a community one member at a time, that's only a year and a half old. It's not even 2 years old yet. Even though the website, I keep saying Mardox is 2 years old. No. The relaunch of Mardox.com goes back 4 years. It was 2012 when I relaunched it. Not 2014. I'm missing 2 years. I didn't even realize 2 years went by while I was developing the site.
Yeah. Like, time flies.
It does. You know. And thank you, Facebook, for allowing us to go way back in the Wayback Machine.
I remember one time I saw something on Facebook from when I first started out online, and the first thing I used to use as a profile picture, goodness gracious.
I saw a photo. You know what we're going to do next week, guys? Let's get our Facebook accounts out and let's go through 2 years ago, the stuff that we were looking at. We'll do it live. So next week we'll do a recap of our lives.
Oh, no.
Well, that would have to be my personal Facebook, because on my business one, it's all business. I don't do fluffy kitties or anything.
My future son-in-law was standing there. My daughter was standing gorgeous. I'm on the other side of her. They took a photo, and I've got this polo top, basically, you know, the collar, and I'm like, you know, I look like a complete idiot. These two look like they're dressed for success, you know. It's like, oh.
The thing is I didn't really take pictures of me. I'm not especially on my business account. I don't really put many pictures up at all.
Doorbell.
So you won't see much of my Facebook account for my business, just on my personal.
If I have to, I'll go make it up. I'll create a fake account called Belinda Condell. Actually, talking about that, that's one of the things that we said, branding and how easy it can be destroyed. It was the user Leafy is here. Somebody had gone onto Instagram, created an account using the same name, the same photo. He uploaded photos of Leafy into an Instagram account, and then started talking to people directly, saying, "Hey, if you send me $10, I'll talk about you in my next show, my next episode." And people were sending him money left, right, and this person money left, right, and center, and then started calling or contacting Leafy on Twitter and on in YouTube, saying, "Hey, what the hell? I gave you my money, now you're screwing me over." Not realizing they'd given the money to somebody else and not the original person. So that's why I said it was very easy to destroy a brand, and people can do it, and it hurts.
Oh, I had that happen with 2 people on my friends list just asking me for money that they were stuck somewhere, but their account was hacked, and thank goodness I didn't, just fall for it. I did research, because it didn't sound like something they would even say.
Hold on. Their account was hacked?
Yeah.
So the hacker was contacting you?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I had that happen twice a few years back.
Not really destroying a brand, but yeah, it's still not good.
Right, because people think, if you know the person well enough, you could think, oh, that's not like them.
Yeah.
However, even sometimes when you do, that can still happen. But especially if you're like a newer person that you don't know them that well, and you could fall for it, you know.
Well, word of advice: if you got to talk to somebody about money, try to get on the phone with them or on Skype or something.
They gave the excuse that they were stuck in a place where, but that was a few years back.
There's still phones everywhere. I mean, you know, I'm sure Belinda has a phone somewhere near her post office that she never walks to.
No, we don't have payphones around here anymore. Are you kidding me?
We have a payphone, not far from here, not a payphone. Oh, okay, Wednesday. Lead generation, and is list building really necessary? Is it really necessary to build a list, people?
Yeah, one nail at a time. One brick at a time.
Jeez. One at a time? No, it's building a community one member at a time.
I thought it was building a list one person at a time.
Well, yeah, technically you have to. It is one person at a time.
Yeah.
I have a website that I'm playing with right now that I'm developing, which will be coming out soon, and I ran a test run on it, and overnight, there you go. Bye, Josh.
Yep.
And because Josh plays that sound, because I'm bored, I'm just gonna play the sound, make it look like I have to go somewhere. But the what was I going to say? The list that I started already has 100 people on it, just from saying, "Come get my ebook," and so it is super simple to get people to come in and go, name an email address. I don't know if they're any good or not. I'm just tinkering with the concept right now.
Right.
But people that say, "Oh, I can't build a list," God, there are so many ways and so many things you can do to build a list.
The building a list part can be relatively easy. It's what you do with the list. You know, once you have it started, makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah. So it's yes, it is necessary, but then it's also necessary to maintain the list, to keep contact with those people.
Yeah.
You know, and people like when Michael Kustra calls you up, and you just drop everything you're doing. Hi, how you doing? No. Michael's gonna watch this. He's gonna go, "You dick." I can see him in front of his computer going, "I asked you if I was bothering you."
Never.
No, I'm fine. Just let me finish doing what I was doing here. Flash.
It's okay. I only have 10 million things to do. But it's okay. I can make time for you.
I was on Skype one time. I had a client and dealing with something. I'd gone to the bathroom, and I swear to God, I pressed mute. I swear to God, I pressed mute on the phone. I could swear I did this. And I didn't press mute, and it heard the whole toilet flush thing. I was like, "Oh, was I disturbing you?" Like, no. I just do this all the time.
I like to play with the flusher.
Yeah, I just sit on the toilet with my laptop and do my work there.
When I was like 9 years old,
Hi, John. Hi, John.
Oh, hi, I'm sorry. Hey, Jackie.
Tiffy, not Jackie.
Oh, Tiffy. Sorry, sound like Jackie in the background. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, John. Not to interrupt.
She says it, but she doesn't mean it.
Yeah, I do. Usually, no, I'm kidding. I do, but
keep on
no.
talking.
When I was 8 or 9 and so juvenile, and I got one of my first tape recorders, I used to flush the toilet and record it, and you could hear me laughing in the background. I can see Nelson doing that at this day and age.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I get on my phone and I start talking to Google Assistant now. As in,
and flush the toilet?
Yeah, no, Google Assistant, where I said, "What's the meaning behind dropping a deuce?" And I had a whole conversation with the phone. I tried to mimic it on video after, and none of it came out the same.
Because it's too smart for you.
No,
kidding.
None of it. It gave the definition. Then after that, it was like it was broken. But what happened in real time? I gotta start recording everything I do, because what happened in real time upstairs in the bathroom, it was perfect. It was like, what is the definition? Or what is the meaning behind dropping a deuce? And it gave me a definition with the word shit with a beep, and then it was like, thank you for that. Oh, very good. Or awesome. I try to enter the best I can. I said, "Oh, do you really?" And she wrote back. She answers back, "Did I really what?" She never once went to this. Here's a bunch of photos, or here's some search results. You know,
Yeah.
it was a it was a conversation with an algorithm, and then when I tried to do it later on camera,
Yeah.
it kept saying, "Here's some images, here's some search results," and it's like, I don't want to deal with you. Like, go away.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave me alone. So there is some dynamic there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So okay. So list building, yes, it is necessary, and
Absolutely.
but don't abuse it by selling. I got people that I'm on a list of, and I get annoyed when every email comes in is here's a sale, here's a sale, here's a sale, here's a sale.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Send some emails and invite the people to come talk to you on Skype. Set up a Skype group and say, hey guys, I'm opening up a Skype room or a Zoom. I'm opening up Zoom, and anybody who wants to come join in, which I'm going to be doing soon too, just to sit down and talk to people that are on your list. That is worth millions. Yeah. And it takes maybe an hour of your time, you know, to sit down once a week and say, I'm going to sit on Zoom or I'm going to sit on Skype, you know, with 30, 40 people. We're going to just talk, and there's your networking, there's your list building.
Yeah.
Cool. And actually, I'm going to start. With this 100 people, I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell them that there's a Zoom address. Come check it out, and I'm just going to open up for 24 hours. I want to see if anyone shows up. You know. And then we talked about hotspots and mobile data usage with Josh's tech show yesterday. Which, Josh, when you watch this, which I know you're not going to do it, you have to come up with some topics.
We got to do a lead show. That's what we need.
We did a lead show, but you didn't show up.
When?
We did it. Lead generation, and is list building really necessary?
I was there, but we didn't dedicate the show to just that like you do tech.
Okay, Monday we'll talk about just leads.
Okay, thank you.
Are you happy now, everybody?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Monday's show is going to be just leads. I'm going to sit there like this, and Belinda's going to go. Belinda's goal is to say the word leads 1,000 times.
Infinity. There.
There you go. Leads times infinity plus 1.
Nope, can't do that.
Can't do that. Lauren, we talked about the data. We talked about the software issue that you're going through, and did you find out if or how this hotspot software works? Did anyone sit down with you and did you find out if it costs you data or anything? How does that work? Is she muted? She's muted.
It's a free app, and I'm not being charged for it.
Yeah, but you're not being charged for the app. But while you use the app with your phone, are you charged data? The phone company, you contact the phone company, they said they're not charging for data.
Nope, I went there and they said it's a free app and I'm free to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it just doesn't make sense. In other words, you've got unlimited data. That's the only part. Unless they're saying that you can use it if you're on Wi-Fi. Could that be?
Well, I don't have Wi-Fi at home.
No, but you're on Wi-Fi right now at McDonald's.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not using. I'm just using McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, right now you're using McDonald's, so that doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
But if you're walking down the street, there's no Wi-Fi anywhere near you. Does that cost you data? Josh is back.
No, because it's a free app.
Okay, everybody, stop talking about Josh. Stop talking about Josh. Let's change the topic. Yeah, that garden was very green.
Yeah. What's important, Lauren, is to remember this is what we're trying to understand, because the app is just a vehicle to do what you need to do. It's like if someone loans you their car and say you can use it for as long as you need it. And they loan it to you, and it has a tank full of gas. Eventually, as you drive around, the gas is going to get lower and lower and lower, and you're going to have to.
Yeah, it makes the battery get lower.
Huh?
It makes the battery get lower.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
But when we use our mobile phones and the internet and this and that and the other thing, the phone company or our service provider charges us according to our contracts for the data that we use. and that is our concern that you might get charged for some data usage that you
No, they're
don't.
not going to charge me.
Okay.
Okay, cool. It might be a special offer you have there. The big thing was
You could have prepaid carrier too. Do you have a prepaid carrier?
I have Metro PCS.
Is it prepaid?
Yeah, that's Sprint. That's Sprint.
It's a prepaid carrier though, right?
Yeah, it's under Sprint.
Yeah, so
Umbrella
that means
Sprint.
you can't be charged more than the bill anyways.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
That's just good news. Yeah.
Yeah. So no. So just be careful. And just a word to everybody out there. Just because a software app on your phone says it's free, be careful with the data. And I am an example. I lent a phone to one of my employees, and don't ever do that, by the way, because even though that you tell the phone company, I am the main account holder. The person that has the phone has the right to click the button and say, yes, continue with using data, even though they maxed out their data. And this idiot racked up a bill of $800 on me.
Wow.
Yeah, and didn't give a shit.
Ooh.
Talk about bad list building, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. No, that he did not give a crap. I went out of my way to get him a phone to pay the bill. He didn't have to do anything, and he went and abused it. And it's like, yeah. And then I can't get the phone back. That phone is gone. I wound up having to pay for the phone and everything. Don't get phones for people. Don't get phones for people. Let them, if they can't afford it, let them get their own phone.
Ooh.
So that's it. You know. So Josh's show yesterday was basically we're talking techie stuff. Belinda, we hear your fan kicking.
Oh, it does it spontaneously sometimes.
Well, no, it's not spontaneous. It's the heat.
Yeah, but I have hardly anything on my computer right now running, so I don't know.
Yeah, still doing it. There you go. There you go. Now you did it.
But the fan stopped anyway.
You need to get that computer looked at, 'cause it's not normal that fan just turns on, off.
Yeah,
on,
well,
on, on,
I haven't cleaned it out yet because I'm still afraid to ruin something.
You're not going to ruin anything. Take the panel off and blow dry it, or give it a blow job. There you go.
Blow job. Okay.
Or vacuum it or something.
Vacuum it. No, don't vacuum. The vacuum could cause static. But
wait a minute. What I'm saying, you just said to give it a blow job, and I don't like that.
Look, blow job.
Air.
I know, I don't have that.
Go buy some.
Where?
At a computer store, Best Buy, Costco.
I'd say to take it out to my backyard and like vacuum it out or something.
No.
Just get the dust out of the fans.
You vacuum it, you might have some problems actually.
I did a video on it.
I know, but I still was like.
If you have an air compressor with low pressure, where you can actually make it a little bit low pressure, you can do it too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've seen people with air compressors like from body shops where it's like
oh jeez, you don't blow the whole computer away.
No, it's worse than that. There's little like capacitors and stuff on the board, and he actually sprayed, and some of these little parts flew off.
Whoa.
Yeah, because they're just little wires just soldered onto the board.
That's what I'm afraid of. I watched your video. I understand it, of course, but I'm still afraid. That's what kept me from still doing it.
You know what's going to happen. You know, I have a disclaimer here. I take no responsibility for anything that happens.
The thing is, I know the longer I put it off, the worse it can get.
Yeah, you can fry your processor.
So basically, I can't win either way when it comes down to it.
No, they actually make specialized air compressors just for that. So if you're worried about that, these air cans are made. They're pressured at the actual rate that you need. Yeah. Just make sure you don't do it. Nelson did and turn it upside down because that will mess your shit up.
Yeah.
Just to let you know ahead of time.
When you use it this way. It's air.
And those are made not to blow everything apart.
The other way, I was just showing the stream, but that's actually letting the chemical out, which is actually toxic and not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use it that way. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And if you turn it upside down and hold the flame, it makes a.
Yeah, very bad idea.
How do I know that?
Yeah. Enlighten us.
Well, somebody get me a lighter.
Do what we saw in high school where they lift their leg and they pass gas and then they have this hairspray and a lighter.
And yesterday we talked about Vonage.
Have a nice weekend.
Oh, you're leaving?
Bye, Lauren. God bless.
Yeah.
Take care, Lauren.
We'll miss you, and then we'll reload and try again.
Okay.
You are so wrong.
I know. Okay,
you should watch
so
Storytime Guy. You'd like him.
So now,
like you, we don't need editing.
So now let's go on. Friday's show, we talked about everything and nothing all at the same time. You guys want to talk about that now? Oh yeah. Oh Jesus.
Man. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
I like cookies.
I was with you. Were you there on Friday, Belinda?
You mean the Triggered show? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was part of the conversation with the e-commerce thing that we all.
Thanks, guys. Bring that up. Go ahead. Bring it up.
Triggered.
Okay, I heard something about a trigger. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it.
You were there, silly.
I get triggered and then everybody shows up. Nothing happens. Nobody shows
up.
Well,
yeah. No, I'm talking about the tech show yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
That's why we talked about bondage and castrated and.
Guys.
He took it there, not me. I just told him go get castrated instead of Comcast.
Okay.
Yep, you didn't miss anything.
Hey, it's only been 45 minutes, guys.
Huh? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we covered it. Covered everything in 45 minutes. Can I go now?
What are you playing with there, Nelson?
Nothing.
I'm playing with my Weeble people. That didn't sound good.
No. It's a little.
Oh, it's one of those little podium things.
Yeah.
Pedestal things. Tripod things.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Hey, give me a break. I live in Germany. I forget my English sometimes.
Living in Germany gets your English messed up? What?
Yes, because
I'm gonna stay away from that. It sounds almost racist or discriminating.
It's like this. It's like this in this country.
Oh! Fugly just said, let's talk about Friday's show.
Yeah, of course you would. You twerp.
In this country, there's only so much of my English vocabulary that I need, and the other stuff that I don't use.
Yes. No.
Unless I talk with native speakers like yourselves, and this is why I have trouble thinking of certain words sometimes.
Yeah, you got to come back to America.
I like it over here at the moment.
Yeah,
what all did y'all talk about yesterday?
Well, the tech stuff. We're talking about the hotspot and Belinda was into bondage, and
no, I hate bondage. Comcast.
Yeah, which
is my cable company.
Yes, which is very Comcastic.
I told him I'm going to castrate him.
Yes.
If he doesn't stop.
Go watch yesterday's show. It'll be easier. Just watch yesterday's show.
He started it. I was just trying to end it.
I didn't do nothing.
So, on your tech show, one of these days, you need to do a show on why our computers get slow.
Oh, that's a million reasons.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in Linux as bad as it is in Windows. I've had Linux installed and it's like the first couple of days is super fast, obviously, and you got a bunch of settings that get set up, and then it peters off and levels out at a constant speed. And a year later, it's still running that speed. Windows, Josh, take it away, buddy. Why does Windows get slow?
Main reason is people keep opening up a bunch of windows.
But even if
not always.
No, but even when you shut down and reboot, over time, Windows gets slow.
I noticed that even if you barely have anything on there.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. Every time you install programs, it leaves a temp file in there, and if you don't remove those temp files, it starts to drag over time.
I do remove extra, I clean cookies and cache.
Josh is right. There is stuff that you can't remove. It's in the system.
Well, you can remove it. It just it doesn't remove automatically, and so people don't know to remove it.
Well,
I do. I manually remove it.
But you don't understand. When you install Windows Fresh, your registry, your Windows registry has, say, 1,000 lines to it. Let's say. Sorry. The Windows registry file, which doesn't get modified by you at all, has, say, 1,000 lines. After 6 months of installing, uninstalling, changing stuff, logging in, that registry now is up to 10,000 lines. And every time you do something, it's got to go through the entire system all the time. So that's one reason. But Windows, as far as I'm concerned, is just unstable.
It's not this. I mean, yes, there's some instabilities, some with it for sure. Unfortunately, it's the catch-22. You have to use it because there's more programs compatible with that than there is with
I told him that. I told him that a million times before.
Well, and that's why if you're really smart, you have multiple computers and you can just keep everything on different computers.
Hold on now, Belinda, and I've told you, I've even put Camtasia on Linux and it works. Which is really complex shit.
But you can't do half the stuff with some of the things we have. You had trouble with your broadcasting thing. It didn't have half the options that mine does.
It wasn't Windows. That's Linux.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. Because mine has options.
And that was only a question of the software that I chose. You haven't even tried it yet.
So, hello.
Yeah, hi, John.
Calm down.
No, but you started it, John.
Okay, Josh. I'm going to talk to you.
Okay, screw you people.
Go ahead. Get Josh triggered now, John.
For Windows users, is there...
Did you just say Windows losers?
Users.
Oh, users. Oh, okay.
Say it with me, boys and girls.
No. Go ahead, John.
Do you have any recommendations for, like... utilities that are better than others that can help us keep our computers clean?
Yes, actually, there is some good ones out there. One was bought up by AVG, which I'm not a big fan of the security program, but they did buy out tune-up utilities, which is a really good program. And another good one out there is CC Cleaner, if you're familiar with that.
I have that CC Pro. I have the Pro version.
And it works really well as far as cleaning up some of those registry files. And then if you go in and actually just find your temp files and delete them, usually the temp files are installed during the installation process and they're not needed after the installation is completed. And those kind of things. And then if you really need your computer to boot up faster, go into your startup menu. You'd be surprised how much of the startup menu has all these programs that have to load when you first start the computer. You can actually deselect what you don't want to start immediately, and then that way you can control what actually starts up when the computer loads initially. And
I already do all that. I have everything off my startup, and I do my temp files, and I have CC Cleaner Pro.
Yeah, but it just doesn't like you. That's a totally different issue.
No, there is another option. There is another factor.
Yeah, you can get Linux. You can get
no, not option. I said factor. I said it could also just be that programs that are being put out today, programmers don't take into account small memory capacities, smaller hard drives, slower processors. I'm guilty of it too. I build the programs like who cares. Program it, it works, but it works well on my processor. But somebody with a microprocessor, half my speed, it's going to be like, bleh,
Well, see, I have lots of memory though, so that's not an issue for me.
That's relative. That's relative. That phrase. That's very relative. You have lots of memory relative to what?
I mean, I don't have a small processor. I have, I have a good one, so like I don't have to worry about that part of it.
We're yet to see you open the computer and give us a microprocessor serial number so we can look it up. And that would be written on the processor. AMD VL, VSL, very slow line. No. No, but there's 1,001 things that can make a computer slow.
Yeah, that I understand.
I'll give you guys an example. My daughter's old laptop, this one here. Tiffy, how old is this laptop?
Almost 7.
It's almost 7 years old. It was really old, and this is the one now I use for my laptop. I put Linux on it. And
brings it back to life.
Yeah, it does. And
that's what I tell everybody. If you have an old computer, put Linux on it. It will save your computer.
Yeah, but what I did was I noticed something. It's not the computer. I don't have it here, but here's one. This would be basically the hard drive that was in the laptop. The hard drive had faults. And Windows, if it sees faults on the drive, will map around it. And as your drive gets old, constantly running all the time, more and more faults are created on the drive, and Windows is constantly either it gets stuck on those faults or it has to try to remap around it. And sometimes I'll start realizing, shit, my video won't open now. What's going on? Because it'll say it's corrupted. Well, that's an example of the fault occurring right where there was data. I took the drive out and put an SSD drive in there, and it's 10 times faster. And that could be, it might not be the computer, it could just be the hard drive is old. I mean, that's another thing too to look at is how old is the media.
Yeah, and if you have a really old computer and it's running anything less than 2 gigs of RAM, and you're trying to shove a 64-bit processor on it, you're probably going to have issues.
Oh yeah, no, a 64-bit system. Yeah, you're going to need what?
It needs a minimum of 4, but it should have at least 8 or more.
Yeah, the computer I'm running on right now has 64 gigs.
Yeah,
and these computers are now able to handle a terabyte of memory.
Mm-hmm.
So 1,000 gigs. So it tells
unless you're on an Apple, in which case they don't handle that much because they try to put everything on the internet. So
okay,
Apple's actually shitty for memory.
When you want to put Linux on a computer, what process do you go through?
You download Ubuntu.
Take both your hands, grab whatever hair you have left, and pray.
So Josh, tell us, as John was asking.
You go to Ubuntu.com, you can go, well, if you're starting out, Ubuntu is probably the way to go.
Yeah, it's the most closest to Windows.
Okay. Yeah, they actually allow you to pick a Windows or an Apple layout now, so you get the choice of that. But pick with Ubuntu. It's the easiest one to learn on when you're first learning Linux. Before you start getting into distros, which gets a whole nother complexity.
I'm gonna do a. I tried to do it.
Just do Ubuntu.
I tried to do a Ubuntu how-to setup.
There's some on YouTube actually you can go to, and you can even start off if you really have if you have a ton of memory on your current computer. Yeah. The way to learn also may be to use. There's a thing called VirtualBox that some people may or may not be familiar with. You can actually install VirtualBox,
and you don't even need to do that. Just go download.
I know you can do a dual install as well, but
I have VirtualBox and Sandboxing for other things.
You don't need any of that. Not at all.
I know you can use it on a USB stick as well, but
no, not at all. Go get Ubuntu, and before it installs right now, I got the latest version, 17.04, and it says, "Do you want to install it or do you want to run the demo?" Say the demo, and you can play with it and see what it does.
There you go.
And it does
on
your computer.
Yeah, and if you did want to put it on the computer, there's VirtualBox and things you can create virtual environments on. And you can install any distro if you want to play with other distros besides Ubuntu, like Kubuntu and things like that. If you're using Linux and you're going to get into coding, Kubuntu may be actually a better option than Ubuntu.
Yeah, but that's not the case.
They have all the IDEs and all the coding stuff in there, kind of built in.
Yeah, but that's not.
But if you're hacking, Kali Linux is the best one out there.
No, but I mean. Kubuntu is way too advanced for 99% of the people on this channel.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
and Kali is definitely way more advanced.
Yeah.
Would I be able to experiment with a dual setup on my laptop of Windows 10 and Ubuntu?
Well, you might need a VirtualBox or Sandboxy then.
It's best to use a VirtualBox, although you can do a dual install where you can pick which one you want to run at the time. But then the reason it's better to do the VirtualBox is because when you're in Windows, you can open up the VirtualBox and play with Ubuntu. And if you don't want to be in Ubuntu, you just close it out. Whereas if you do a dual install, you'd have to reboot the computer to get back into Windows. So
VirtualBox thingy.
It's virtualbox.org.
VirtualBox?
Virtualbox.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it cost?
No, it's free.
Okay. But you install that, and then you install whatever.
Well, it's a little bit. You got to go through the steps. VirtualBox isn't just point and click. You got to read. You got to go through the steps and really read and understand what you're doing. There's a small learning curve there. It's not just click, push a button, and it's done. There's setup to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. I had it on my other computer because I used to set up virtual terminals when I'd have some idiot call me up and say, "Hi, we noticed there's a virus on your computer. I can fix it for you right now." And I'm from Microsoft. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. Here you go. Here, log into my computer." And it was a virtual box. There goes Josh. There goes Josh again.
Yeah, there's me again.
There you go. Anyways, John, it's been an hour, buddy.
Hey, cool. It's been an hour. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get this to work. Am I still? Can you still hear me?
Yep. Go on.
All right. Very cool. I better hurry up there.
Okay,
hi there, Jeff. Yeah.
She can't hear you. I got headphones on.
Oh, that. So anyway, yeah, folks, thanks a lot for tuning in to the Mardox Daily Live Chat, which is at 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Remember the three important things: subscribe, like, and comment on the videos.
And then buy our T-shirt. Go to our website, sign up. Make sure to confirm your email. Stay in for 6 months and get a mug.
Or get mugged, one or the other.
Get mugged or get a mug. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
go. Yeah. And tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, so our new format is now Monday through Thursday. We're going to talk about specific topics. So give us topics to talk about. We'll discuss them. And on Friday, we're going to review Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And we'll try to avoid triggers.
Yes, John. And Linux is better. Linux is the best.
I could say something right now, but I won't because it is going. I'll wait till we stop, bro.
Yeah, wait till we stop. I'll record the after show and then I'll upload that. Okay, so everybody, meet us again at Monday, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. John, that's what 9 o'clock your time in Germany.
Yes, sir.
And that's like noon in British Columbia. So you guys figure it out. Get your time zone set up, and we'll give us some topics. Talk to you guys soon.